Okay, for anybody that hadn't taken the rear seat out of a Jag, here's what it looks like. You got 1, 2, 3, 4. These little things operate like this. You push it this way and it releases the clip. If you look on the back, there are these little clips right here. Go right into here and they release like this. Don't just like yank up on it. Get your fingers up underneath here, push the little switch, and then this comes right out. One thing to note is there are wires connecting the seat, and I believe that has something to do with the seat belt retention system or something. Who knows? Either way, that's that. Okay, so for the back seats, can't zoom out anymore. There's a little pull tab under each side. Okay, pull that, pull back on the top. There's another one over there. What I had to do was pull one side, put a book back here so it holds it and keeps it from latching back in, and then do the other side. So here's the thing. These go right into these. There's 4 of them. You got 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can't see because the book that I was using just fell into it. Anyway, so the little latches are right here, and this is the back. Anyway, it's very simple. It just goes down like that. If you don't get these lined up with the little pins over here into those perfectly, you're gonna have a bitch of a time getting it out. I wound up with the Jaguar excavation tool here to beat on this one, because whoever put this seat in last didn't have that right. So it's correct now. Also, since we're on this, those wires that went into the back that I was showing you when we lifted up the bottom part, those go to the heaters for your seats. That doesn't look safe. But anyway, so we're gonna have to run the wiring probably behind this cover, whatever in the hell is underneath here, to keep from burning up your wires onto that. So something to think about. Don't just run the damn wires wherever the hell they fit. You need to make sure they're not getting heated up by the seat heaters. Okay, so after doing some scouting, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the main wire along with the reversing along the side. And then back here, I'm going to try and figure out how to tuck this underneath the carpet, back up through. This is all the insulation and shit, so you don't fucking burn the wires. Anyway, after pulling back, it looks like there's a little channel here to run them through, and then whatever fancy thing we got going on here from Jaguar goes into the boot. I think with a little bit of work we'll be able to make that happen. And then of course it's a bomb back here now, but that comes out right. Yeah, see how fucking easy this is? Okay, right there. And that's the tray, so we can run it right back to your wire. That's the plan. Okay, so here we go. We'll get the main wire running down into here. So to get to this, you've got the vent tube And that basically runs up from there. It goes back to there. That's for the rear AC vents. Anyway, there's one 10mm bolt. Thank God my son doesn't use his sockets very often because he had a 10mm in his. Anyway, to get around this, there's 3 bolts. You'll see them. All 10mm also. So hopefully you have a son that has a socket set. And then I ran it up underneath here into the trunk, and then underneath here. This is one of my pry bars. This part right here is super like not flexible and a bitch to get the adapter through. Anyway, to pull the carpet all the way back on this side, there's a little trim piece that goes right here. It just pulls out. Just pop it out from the front and it'll come right out. Alright, so those of you curious enough, I used a piece of copper tubing to pull it through because it was a real pain in the ass to get in there. Anyway, that's the AC vent all put back together. As you can tell, it's all clean underneath there. Goes underneath into the rear seat, and then we're going to plumb this up in through here in the little spirally place right back there. Bust a hole through it, and we're good to go. Okay, so here we are in the back seat. Let's run up through here and in through, I opened up a little slot back there. One thing you might notice that's kind of interesting is we got this little plate riveted. That's on the other side of the center armrest. And I'm wondering if you could put a little refrigerator in there. I think that's possible. I think this is for, I've seen them over in Europe. They have the ski rack. Well, it's a panel that comes down and it X's through to the sorry, had to wait for the police helicopter to go away. So anyway, opens up and it goes into the trunk, and it's long enough that space that you could put skis in there, which is what I think it's for. I also don't think it's illegal in the United States to not have a firewall here, or at least from a manufacturer point of view.